So then let's move forward, I guess, to Scorpio rising, correct?
Right. Yes.
So now they're going to start out with the Mercury in their 12th house. And that is, they're starting out from this more meditative, now it's less about relationships. Now it's more about am I getting enough sleep? What is my mental process? Am I spending too much time playing video games or escaping?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
well, I'd spend it. I'm a Scorpio rising, so I do have what I've been thinking about and regrouping on is, how I am in relationships and how I want to be in relationships. But it starts with me, like my thoughts, my self-sabotage, my patterns of sorrow that maybe I create for myself, not necessarily is created. And then, and my frustrations, where am I getting in my own way? Maybe even, I know because it's Libra there. So you're thinking still maybe focused somewhat on relationships, but maybe more so the relationships to the unconscious, my unconscious.
Yes. And then, of course, as it goes back into Virgo, it'll be then in your 11th house. And that means connections and lots of them. So because the 11th house is community and friendships. And so this is you back then into social situations where you have the opportunity to meet someone, maybe from your past, or someone who reminds you of someone from your past.
Right. Well, and I also think that it's the relationships to your friendships as you're working on yourself for relationship. Well, why don't you do them in your friendships? I mean, you don't have to wait for a relationship to come to do the work. It's about taking a step back and, being a part of a bigger group. And I think that's, maybe it starts there is innocently we go to friendships and we say, okay, well, I'm going to join these groups and stuff. And you just never know what happens. A friendship becomes a love relationship, or a love relationship goes back to a friendship.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if you decide that you're going to go back to a group. Maybe you've been meeting online and now you're going to meet in person, or maybe you've just been busy because, that Mercury in the 12th can get very busy and very solitary.
Right.
And then suddenly you're like, oh no, I need some social interaction.
Right. But you want to know what's kind of funny about that, which I've already done, is that I'm meeting these new friends that don't live in my area. And I thought about, well, why don't we just go online? Why don't we just meet online? I mean, why wait until I get there? And I'm thinking, wow, isn't that, maybe we need to think outside the box. Yeah. It doesn't have to be a certain way.
And 11th house also rules technology. And so, that also is that maybe after the soul searching of having the Mercury go back through the 12th, it pops into the 11th house and you go, okay, now I'm ready to write my online profile. Now I'm ready to update my pictures, etc.
Yes, exactly. I love that.